Now, the next step can be, oops, sorry. Now these are constant blocks which we will use to give the input, right? The LED over here is an output. It's going to be an output value. So instead of using a constant block, we will use search for display. Once again, I will show search for display. And I think you can select either one. There will be a subheading Simulink, also an HDL coder, and there'll be a subheading Simulink and dashboard. You can select either one. I think it's oh, you cannot yeah, okay. You should select the one with the subheading Simulink, also in HDL coder, not the second one, the first one. And same thing, you can connect. Anyone, any problems? Okay, I think this would be a good time for you to save your files in case the computer like shuts down or something and you lose the file, right? So we should do that. I should have mentioned this earlier. That is, so to do that, please click on the save button, right? And the folder that I asked you to create in the beginning, right? Please go to that. And please give a file name without any spaces, no spaces, and please keep it very simple, like workshop AIT, but no spaces. You can use underscore, no problem, but there should be no spaces between the characters. And save it in the folder that you created in the beginning that I asked you to. And once you save it in that folder, you should go back to this page, the home page. And that file should be over here then. It should come up in this directory. Everyone good? Any problems? Okay. So the next step, right? The next step is these blocks, these three blocks, ADC, threshold, brightness. Please increase their width. Increase their width like this. Okay. After this, now we have to import more components, right? So again, double click on the free space, and this time we import a slider. Once again, slider. The first one, Simulink Dashboard. That's the subheading. Import this. Okay. And we want 3 of these. We are going to use this to control these constant blocks. Because otherwise, these constant blocks, you will need to change the values manually. But if we use a slider, then it'll automatically be connected. We'll see that in a minute. But we have the slider, duplicate it 2 more times because we want 3 of them. So you learned how to duplicate, which is using your right mouse click on the button and drag, right? Like this. Like this. So you should have 3 of them. And then please give it names after that. Same thing, click on the block, go to the three dots, show the block name, go to the three dots, show the block name, three dots, show the block name. Then change. This, I can put ADC value. This one, I can put threshold. This one, I can put brightness. Okay, and now I'm only going to show this once and you're going to do it twice for me. I'm going to show you how to connect this block with this block. For these two, threshold and brightness, you're going to do it yourself. So I'm only going to show it once. Please look at it very carefully. We double click on this block. It will open a window like this. Okay, now the minimum can stay 0. The maximum, I am going to input 4095. And the reason behind this is because the ESP32, I'm not sure if all of you are familiar, but the ESP32 has a 12-bit ADC. I'm not sure how many of you know what that means. But it has a 12-bit ADC, which means the number of values that it can divide its voltage and other parameters on is 2 to the power of 12, which is 4096 values. So 0 to 4095, which means we can change the values 4096 divisions because it's a 12-bit ADC. So that's why we're using this value. So maximum, we change it to 4095. After that, we click on this ADC block. This one, this constant block. When you click on it, you will see that something will appear over here, connect. You fill in that checkbox. Once you have done that, everything else can stay the same. You can, if you want, you can hide the label. And you can click on apply. And click OK. So now you will notice when you change the values on the slider, the values on the constant block will also change. You can see my screen. For the remaining two, please do it yourself. Any questions? Should I show this one more time? Yes? Okay. Double click on the block. You need to change the maximum value to 4095. If you want, you can hide the label. Click on this block. Okay, this for everyone. For some of you, this might be showing as C. I don't know how many of you, but some of you, it might be showing as C. That's why I asked you to expand the width of this block. If you expand it, you will see that it will show numbers. So for example, if I reduce the width of this block, you will see that it is showing as C for me. If I expand it, it shows the whole number. Once you have done this, I will these two sliders should be 0 to 4095 because there we're working with the ADC, right? And 12-bit ADC, so 4096 values. But for the brightness, the DAC driver sensor in the ESP32, it's an 8-bit DAC. So that means 2 to the power of 8, so 256 values. That's why for brightness, we use 0 to 255. Because LED will be digital, right? Either on or off, so 0 or 1. So there we have to use a DAC to convert the analog value of the LDR. So that's why these two are related to the LDR sensor, which is why we have 0 to 4095, 4096 values. But this one is related to the DAC, so we have 256 values. So you have to do it according to your hardware. It doesn't matter, actually. You can have any values in here. You can have anything, but these will just be very exact with your hardware. So you won't have any confusions. These values will make a lot more sense when we work with the Waijung software. I think that will be after lunch. We're almost done with this one. Okay, the last thing before we run this model and see whether it's working, based on our liking, is again the condition that we put inside over here. The light should turn on when the ADC is greater than the threshold value, right? So we're going to do that over here. We're going to input a greater than block. Can you all input a greater than block? Import, double clicking on the screen, and greater than the first one. And then if you connect, okay, you use your right mouse click button and you connect the ADC arrow to the top one, like this. Once again, drag and connect to the top one. Drag the threshold arrow using your right mouse click button and connect to the bottom one. And then also import another display and connect them together. So this is a display block. If you're falling behind, if you're not able to follow, that's why I have put in the block names. So you can search for those blocks. And the last step before we run this simulation, import a lamp. Search for lamp. And the Simulink Dashboard subheading will be like this. After that, double click on the lamp. And we can say, change this state to 1. And you can choose your color. I will just leave it as green, doesn't matter. You can choose red too if you want. And click on apply. Oh, sorry, you also have to connect it with this arrow, this one. So same thing, the way we connected the slider blocks with the constant blocks, you click on this one and you connect them together. Once again, double click on the lamp, change the state to 1, choose your color. You can choose any color, doesn't matter. Click on this arrow, the one that's going into your display from the greater than block, and connect them together. Connect and apply. And please give me your attention for just 5 more minutes. We're almost done. We're at the last step. Anyone else falling behind? If no one else, I'm going to run the simulation.
At the right color, how to turn.
Oh, you don't need. No, this I'm just trying to explain the condition that this should turn on when this is true. If this is true, by the way, this will give a binary input, either 0 or 1. If it is greater than yes, then it will give 1. If it's not true, it will give 0. So that's what we set in the state over here. If it's 1, it will give the color. If it's 0, it will give nothing. Okay? Everyone else okay? Okay. Now last step, stop time over here on the top. Please change it to infinity, INF. On the top, stop time. Change it to INF. It means infinity. You want the simulation to continue running while you make the changes. That's why. And then go to the run button, click on the drop down of the run button over here. Go to simulation pacing. Once again, change the stop time to INF. Go to the drop down run button, simulation pacing, and tick this checkbox. That's it. Just tick it. And once you tick it, you'll see like a timer button come up over here in the run icon. After that, you can click the run button over here. This one, and you will see it's compiling. So then you can change your sliders. If your ADC exceeds your threshold, you will see that the light will turn on. If your ADC does not exceed the threshold, the light will be off. And at the same time, you can see in your stateflow chart where it is. What I mean to say is, right now it's in this condition. If I increase my ADC beyond the threshold, it will go to this condition automatically. Like this, you see the light has turned on and it has moved from this condition to this condition. If you are done with this part, you can go for lunch.